The universe is really old, and it's huge. There's been more than enough time for civilizations far more advanced than us to have popped up and colonized the entire galaxy. But aside from a few less than reliable reports, we've seen no sign of anyone else. This puzzle has lingered since at least the time of Enrico Fermi and has come to be known as the Fermi paradox. Tons of ideas have been proposed for how to solve this paradox. Some solutions are fantastical, like the zoo hypothesis that says that the Earth is something like a protected wilderness area set aside by other advanced civilizations, maybe even something like a Truman Show situation for our entire world. Others are more mundane, like maybe the hatching of life is so rare that it's only happened once. But the Fermi paradox goes deeper. According to eternal inflation, which is considered by many to be the best current model of cosmology, not only are there alien civilizations out there, but there are alien civilizations exactly identical to us in every way, including your doppelganger, and not just once, but an infinite number of times. Here's how the argument goes. The region of space that we can observe can be thought of like a patch on a cosmic quilt. If space is infinite, that quilt is made up of infinite patches, each the size of our observable universe. Within any of these patches, there are only so many ways that the particles inside can be arranged, approximately 10 to the 10 to the 122 possibilities. That's an unimaginably huge number, but still finite. With enough patches on the quilt, the configurations have to repeat, which means that somewhere out there in a patch of space 90 billion light years across, another version of our observable universe exists. Another version of the Milky Way, another copy of our solar system, another Earth, another you. It's counterintuitive, but that's what happens when you're dealing with infinity, which is what eternal inflation gives us. In this model, the rapid expansion of space continues forever, creating an infinite number of galaxies with infinite planets and infinite chances for life to arise. In an infinite universe, anything with even the tiniest non-zero chance of happening does happen, somewhere. With eternal inflation, duplicates are part of the deal. The universe essentially rolled the dice an infinite number of times, guaranteeing that you would exist, and not just once, but over and over again. It's been estimated that a person whose life is identical to yours in every way exists in a galaxy about 10 to the 10 to the 29 meters from here. But infinite space doesn't just produce one version of you, it produces every possible version of you, including countless copies that are almost like you but not quite. It's likely that if you ever did meet one of your duplicates, they'd speak an alien language that you don't understand. The odds of your exact genetic profile occurring from your parents are about 1 in 70 trillion, and that's on the conservative end. So for every perfect doppelganger, there are far more worlds where everything unfolded just like here, right up to your conception, only for your parents to have a slightly different child. Maybe you have a different hair color there, or maybe you in that world are more like a sibling than a twin, but your parents still probably picked out the same name from the baby book. And even weirder, there are worlds where you, with your exact genetic profile, were born to a completely different set of parents. The odds of that happening are so low they've been compared to playing poker with a deck of 20 million cards and drawing the same 3 million card hand twice in a row. But again, in an infinite universe, even outcomes that are improbable to the point of absurdity are guaranteed to happen somewhere. And it's not just bizarro world copies of us that exist. Every form of life that's physically and biologically possible exists somewhere. There are worlds where the meteor never struck Earth, and with an extra 65 million years of evolution, maybe some dinosaur lineage developed large brains, driven by the same kind of random mutations and selective pressures that shaped us. If the odds of dinosaurs becoming intelligent was anything above zero, then that outcome isn't just possible, it's guaranteed. Or maybe, even without the meteor wiping out the dinosaurs, mammals still found a way to rise up, despite having to compete with giant, man-eating lizards. If it could happen, then in some distant patch of the cosmos, it did. There might even be worlds where the meteor did strike, but some other lineage, not our ancestors, developed the brain mutations that eventually led to civilization. Maybe there's a planet ruled by an advanced bee society that's even more hive-minded than we are. Or one where complex bird cultures emerged with world leaders calling shots from white birdhouses in the sky. Maybe advanced life is rare enough throughout the universe that it's common for advanced civilizations to grow up alone like we have, and they look out at the sky to ponder the same silence that we do. Or maybe we just live in something like a rural pocket of our galaxy and the real action is clustered somewhere else. Maybe most civilizations are close enough to see and interact with each other. Our world wars probably look like schoolyard fights compared to the kinds of disputes that erupt between two different planets. Thinking about a truly infinite universe reframes the Fermi paradox. We are guaranteed to exist elsewhere, every possible version of us, and yet we haven't seen anyone. If eternal inflation is true, the universe is overflowing with life, other versions of us and beings that we can't even imagine. The fact that we haven't found proof of anyone else isn't haunting, it's humbling. It's a reminder of the sheer vastness of the cosmos, the same vastness that made us inevitable.